We're here with Ty Wise, linebacker out of Carmel, Indiana. And Ty, this is Get to Know You segment, and let our fans know all about Ty Wise. And Carmel, Indiana is one of my favorite cities, one of my favorite schools, school systems in the country. And you grew up there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me about life in Carmel when you were starting to grow up.
Honestly, life in Carmel, growing up, it was just great people, great program. I mean, a lot of resources. I don't know if you say you've been there. Anybody who's been there, they've got some good facilities there. You know, culture of winning. So no matter what sport you play, it's you're held to the highest standard. So
think back to the very first time you played football. When was that?
First time I played football was 4 years old. Was flag football, and then I played tackle football for the first time when I was 5.
When you were 5?
Yes, sir.
Now, had you watched football? Did you know football before that? When did you start watching football? You're playing at 4 years old.
Yeah, honestly, I started watching as early as I can remember. My dad had it on in the house. He was always been a big college football fan, so every Saturday, every Sunday was college football and NFL. Every Friday we'd go to high school games, so football has been in my blood since I was a little kid.
So at what age did you say, okay, yeah, I'm going to go play football? I mean, that's what I want to do.
4 years old.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I was begging. My parents didn't. My mom was like, "Oh, you're too young." I was like, "No, this is my passion, Mom. You got to let me have this." So they had me in football young. Drove my parents crazy, asking them repeatedly to let me play. So I knew first time I saw college football, that's what I wanted to do.
Tell me about the recruiting process and the offers come in, and it really can make you spin your head a couple of times.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. At Carmel, there's a lot of talent, especially when I was in high school. So every school in the country was coming in and out the weight room, coming to practices for our Red Dawn, our workouts, everything like that. So, you know, I was exposed to, you know, the best recruiting in the country. Had a decent amount of offers. I think I got 11 or 12 by the time I was going into my junior summer. I was committed to IU at the time, and that's where I ended up playing my first 2 years. But I had a decent amount of good offers, but I knew in high school Coach Martin was someone who I wanted to play for. He was my number 2. So
I think it's just about everybody's goal to play at IU at some point. And you said you knew earlier that you wanted to come to Miami and play for Coach Martin. At what point did you decide at IU that, okay, yeah, I'm going to jump and go to play at Miami?
So my first year I was battling trying to get playing time. I was behind 3 NFL linebackers, which is unheard of. So it was, I didn't want to feel like I was quitting on my dream, but I wanted to go somewhere I could play. I gave it all I had for 2 years, and I was just, you know, behind some studs. Like they taught me a ton. I think being there was the best thing for me, seeing what it takes to be an NFL player, seeing what it takes to be, you know, all conference, that standard you got to hold yourself to be a leader, all that type of stuff. I learned from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So after that 2-year mark, I was like, you know, I'm not really going anywhere with this football thing. You know, I feel like I should be starting, you know, making an impact. You know, this has been my dream since I was 4. So I entered the transfer portal. First person who called me was Coach Martin. I was like, man, I'm glad you called. I'm going to be looking around, but just know I want to come play for you. Looked around, you know, took some other visits. Nothing else felt right. I committed here before I even took my unofficial visit or my official visit. So happy I did it.
Tell me about your leadership role on this team, because, you know, we see Sally and all these other guys, you know, as they get older, the leadership, and, you know, there's nobody on this team that's too cool for the room, if you know what I mean. And it is just literally a team. Tell me about your leadership team.
Biggest thing for me is, obviously I have my goals for, you know, this season. I want to, you know, personal goals, but obviously the team is most important. We want to win every game. We want to go to the playoffs. We want to win the conference championship. But, you know, I have goals and aspirations after that. And I know I need to, you know, mentally be at a place where I'm a leader. So whether it's being a vocal leader, you know, lead by action, lead by example, whatever. I know me and Sally are people that younger guys look up to. And the dynamic is, you know, Sally's been here a while. Everybody loves and respects him. He kind of has the back end. you know, tells them, you know, he communicates with them. I got the front end because obviously I'm third down, I play jack, so I know exactly what they do, what they're thinking, keys. So I'm up there talking to them, you know, and that's something in my game that I really feel like I can take to the next level, and I feel like between me and Sally running the whole show, that the team can really, you know, take that next step.